Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I'm going to be starting a brand new-ish game series that I did sort of play a little bit a few months ago and then stopped because I wanted to do videos on this. And I'm back at it again so that way I can start from scratch, get my reaction to the game, play through it and whatnot, and then work my way through the rest of the series from this point forward. I'm Zach, and on this channel, I typically just do gameplays and playthroughs of games that I just happen to be in the mood for. On my channel, you'll typically find a variety of types of games that I play, such as the God of War series, Uncharted. I've done the first Kingdom Hearts game, which I also need to get back into that, speaking of Square Enix, The Last of Us, as well as many other games that I do have planned for the future. Now, aside from just standard playthrough videos and gameplay videos, I also want to get into doing challenge videos, and I do have one challenge video coming up that might still take me a few months to get together because I do want to record other stuff in the meantime, and trying to edit that I feel like is going to be a monstrous task for me. And just to kind of give you an idea of what it is, it's going to be a 100% playthrough of a game, and it'll be the first of several that I have planned for the next I don't know, probably a few months that I maybe want to work on. Once I finish editing that video and getting that on YouTube, by that point I'll probably have started doing the sequel to that game that I did this challenge for, and then eventually get that done sometime a couple of months or a few months after getting all the footage that I need put together. But today I want to focus on this game and this game series right here in front of me, Final Fantasy. So this is the Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster. I believe that's what the official title is called, where it's a collection of the first 6 Final Fantasy games that were originally released in Japan only. I don't think there was ever really a Western translation version of these games, of the first 6 games. That didn't come until years later, like in the I want to say like mid 2000s or starting in the mid 2000s. But this version I'm playing on PS5, and that's where I'll be playing all of the Final Fantasy games going forward, even once we get into the 3D era with Final Fantasy VII. Now, with the first game, I did start playing this a little bit a few months ago, like I mentioned just earlier in the video. I started playing it, and I would say what was roughly halfway through the game, I decided that I would stop playing and replay it again for this, so I can record it and put my reaction and everything and put it on my channel. And the reason why I think it was the midway point is because in the game, kind of a spoiler, not really a spoiler, part of the story is that you have to collect these 4 gems. And when I last played, I had already gotten the second gem that I needed in order to, progress through the story. And I think I covered a lot of the southern part of the map, which is like the first few hours of gameplay, and I made some pretty decent progress. Now, of course, I'm gonna start replaying through this again. I'll read the dialogue and everything, so that way you guys can kind of understand what's going on. And then there will be some points where I might break away from doing any story stuff, so that way I can level up my characters. All right, enough chit chat. I'm gonna jump straight into the game and start working on this because this could take a while. I think I read somewhere that the game can be somewhere between 15 and 20 hours if you play sort of casually and you explore pretty much every location. So I'm pretty sure this will take me a few sessions to play through everything and try to do as much as I can. Now, this is the first time I've ever played any sort of JRPG in this fashion. Yes, I am someone who is a big fan of Pokemon, and Pokemon is an RPG and it is a JRPG, but Pokemon has always captured my attention a lot more than games like Final Fantasy or even a game like Fire Emblem where these RPGs are not, or were not really my thing. But I'll be honest, the first few hours that I played, up until the point where I played last time, I was actually kind of enjoying it a little bit. So I'm hoping that by the time I do get to the 3D era, that feeling kind of stays the same, where where it's enjoyable, and then because of the hardware progressions and just the overall evolution of how the game plays improves, and it becomes even more enjoyable. Because I would say the little bit that I've played, I would give it like a solid 7.5, maybe even close to an 8 for surprising me in that aspect. So I'm hoping that going forward, it still kind of remains the same for the pixel ones anyway. But yeah, let's go ahead and get right into it. Final Fantasy 1. All right, so I've given my characters whatever the default names are that they've gotten over the years. I don't want to go fancy with it, so that's gonna be what they are. Which are so I have the warrior, the thief, the white mage, and the black mage. Just keeping it default. I'm not gonna like mess around with it or anything. Which so the names are Zest. I already forgot what the other one was. Zest, Sauber, Flo, and Daewoo. The sea rages. So if I remember correctly, this is just giving some sort of like backstory. The earth decays. Scooch a little bit. Dude, hold on. So I believe this is the starting village, I guess. When darkness veils the world, 4 warriors of light shall come. After a long journey, 4 young travelers did at last appear. And in the hand of each was clutched a crystal. All right, and then here are the controls, which I'm gonna try to refamiliarize myself with them, because I was trying to figure that out earlier. So for the map and auto battle, okay, so the auto battle is the square, which is gonna come in handy in some cases. Then switch partners with page, pause, default, walk, run. Oh, okay, L3 is the one for running. Encounters on off. Cool. So encounters off, and then for walk, I think the walk speed is only in the, like, when you're in the village. Yeah, okay. It's only when you're in a village, but not in the overworld map. Okay, let me try to figure out where it was that I'm supposed to go first. Sage Lucan said something about finding the crescent moon. Then he just Then he just up and left town. The king is searching for the prophesied warriors of light. Those crystals. You must see the king at once. Okay, so it was just that then. Welcome, travelers. I am told you carry crystals. Is this true? It's just as Lucan's prophecy foretold. When darkness veils the world, 4 warriors of light shall come. So I completely forgot that we had the crystals to begin with, but I guess we lose them here at the beginning, because I know that we have to go look for them. Your Majesty, we cannot be certain that these are the warriors foretold by the prophecy. Yet they stand before us with the crystals. I cannot dismiss this as mere coincidence. Crystal bearers, there is a task I would ask of you. Will you rescue my daughter Sarah? Garland, a knight once in His Majesty's service, has abducted Princess Sarah. I ask for your aid in the name of His Majesty, the King of Cornelia. Garland has taken refuge in the Chaos Shrine, which lies to our north. Of course, we did attempt to save the princess ourselves, but Garland is the finest swordsman in the kingdom. We have none who can match him. I have heard that you wish to journey to the continent to our north. The bridge leading north was lost long ago, making passage impossible. If you can rescue Sarah, I will have the bridge rebuilt as a token of my gratitude. Go now, warriors of light, and do not fail me. So one thing that I do remember from when I played last time is that with this game, it's like you come across something and it's like, okay, we can help you progress through the game if you do this, right? So this game is, while yes, everything is sort of tied to the main story itself, there are, at least in the first part of the game, the first half of the game, I would say, there are some kind of optional side quests that you can do. But I would say that for anyone that hasn't played this game and you're looking to try to do everything in it, what I would recommend is just do everything. Don't worry if there's a lot to do, because eventually everything is going to be important to do when it comes to this game. At least that's what I've learned when I was doing this before. And it's like, if I wanted access to a certain area, I had to do this one quest, this one side quest, which again inevitably helps you with progressing through the actual story, because you can't get to a certain point in the game or certain points in the game without having done some sort of quest or side quest. But again, I can't say that it's a side quest. Like nothing truly is a side quest. Everything has a purpose to the main quest. And I've said that already like 5 times, but I hope you get what I'm trying to say. I am Jane, Queen of Cornelia. Please bring my daughter, my Sarah, back to me safely. Okay, so that's very easy. Her Majesty is overcome with grief. She's shut herself inside her chambers. Please try not to upset her. So yeah, I remember that the person that abducts her has like some sort of magical abilities where it's like one of the first mini boss fights in the game. So you kind of have to be careful and ensure that you are of a good enough level. Otherwise, you're going to get screwed and you're not going to be able to beat him successfully. Our ancestors sealed weapons within the treasure room 400 years ago. They then gave the key to the Elf King to hold until the coming of the Warriors of Light, which is another side quest that I'm going to come across eventually. Yeah, there's a point that I go to this one abandoned village, if I'm not mistaken, where you do come across. Actually, let me see if I can. So I want to say that I can't go on the map actually. So if I remember correctly, I want to say that it's okay. So where the pointer is, on the piece of land directly south from it, and then you go a little bit towards the left from there. That it's somewhere around there if I'm correct on that. But I think what I'm going to do first is grind up a little bit so I can get some experience, level up a little bit, earn some money, and then when I'm ready, then I'll take on the first area that I should probably go to, which is up here. Yeah, so this is where my first sort of main objective is. But I'm going to go back down here to the village, so that way if I do need to heal, I can just come here I can do encounters here, come back up here, and then heal in the inn that's right here. So we'll do a little bit of that, but first I want to check a couple of other places first. Now every village has these shops where you can buy items to heal yourself, and then you also get these other special buildings right here where you can get white magic or light magic and dark magic for your mages. So find anything to your liking, and then here I can buy stuff. I think a smart thing would be to get Cure as one. I'll probably do Protect. Probably this one, because I am going to come across a lot of undead enemies throughout the game, like types of zombies in some of these areas. And then for the dark or black magic, I think Fire is good. Thunder. And then for something a little bit more defensive, puts all enemies to sleep, lowers one enemy's evasion. Probably sleep. Now some of these I can change whenever I wanted to. And what I love is that when you level up, you still keep the same types of moves from the lower levels, like here level 1, while also still being able to access then the later level moves. So I'll have this extremely large pool of moves that I can use on enemies, which is really nice. But they all have like PP, essentially, the amount of times that you can use an attack until you go and you heal yourself. All right, so now that some of that is out of the way, I'm gonna go ahead and do some encounters, and I'll see you guys back here when I'm ready to take on that area up there. I also love the fact that this game has an auto battle feature, because I don't think that's something that me just spamming buttons or deliberately choosing some sort of magic is it's not that fun. It's just kind of like, I feel like it's a little bit more tedious, like to sit there and be a little bit more strategic. Like there will be times where I will strategize more, and for certain enemies I will make sure to use certain magic to help me succeed in that battle. But when I'm battling like these common enemies out here, I would much rather just do an auto battle, because then it defaults to using the last type of attack that you use, whether it was just a normal sort of combat attack. Like I can sit here and choose attack or flee if I need to, but for the offensive attacks, it's really just an attack. But then for the mages, I do have the option for magic. Like here I can choose magic and then pick one of these. But I'm not gonna do that right now. I'm just gonna do like a basic sort of combat attack, and then just fast forward and auto battle. And one thing that's also great about when you level up is that you do gain a lot of HP when you level up. So the not so much the level curving, but the stat curving is really nice. Anyway, I'm talking too much. I'll get back to you guys when I'm ready to take on the next boss, or the first boss, really. Since I'm here, I'm gonna go into the shop here to see what kinds of weapons I can buy. And what I like is that when you hover over an item, it'll tell you what items certain characters can have. I'm gonna go ahead and buy this one, and then give them to my two characters here. And I also like that it auto chooses what it thinks what it thinks is best for the character. All right, let's grind up a little bit more and then head over to that building that we have to go to next. All right, so now that I've hit level 7, I'm going to attempt to take on this boss. Hopefully I am strong enough. I don't know if maybe I should quick save. Save your progress, yes. The king will have no choice but to exchange the kingdom for his daughter's life. Cornelia will be mine. Who's there? The king's lapdogs. Do you have any idea who you're messing with? You really think you have what it takes to cross swords with me? Very well. I, Garland, will knock you all down. Alright, hopefully this will be easy. He's not undead. Let me put some protection on him. And that's why I'm gonna need it. Nice. There we go. Okay, easier than I thought it was gonna be, but I was worried about my black mage and how that was gonna go down. Oh, okay, never mind. You've come to rescue me? I am Sarah, Princess of Cornelia. Words could never be enough to thank you. That's the first time anyone's ever defeated Garland. You must allow me to show my gratitude. Please accompany me to Castle Cornelia. To Castle Cornelia. To Castle. The castle. King of the castle. I'm stupid. Thank you for returning my daughter to my side. There can be no doubt that you are the warriors of light from Lucan's prophecy. You should hear the prophecy in its entirety, if I may. When darkness veils the world, 4 warriors of light shall come. If they cannot gather the shards of light, the darkness will consume all. The 4 crystals will never shine again. Now I hear that a crystal can be found on the continent to our north. Restoring light to the crystals is our only hope of ridding the world of the monsters which plague it. Wait, so I don't have the crystals, or the bigger crystals are used to like power up the... I can't remember what it was, but I'm sure we'll get more information because I honestly don't remember at all. I will have the bridge to the north rebuilt as I promised. I pray that you succeed in restoring light to the 4 crystals and to the world. Okay, no, we use the small crystals to restore the bigger crystals, I guess? Wait just a moment. This lute has been entrusted to the Princess of Cornelia for many generations. When he abducted me, Garland took this lute as well. I want you to have it. It may aid you on your journey. I forgot if the lute had something to do with unlocking another area. I'm going to assume so. Alright, so now the bridge is going to be rebuilt here. Orders from His Majesty. We are to do our part to fulfill Lucan's prophecy. There we go, finally. What does this bridge have to do with the prophecy? The 4 warriors of light are here. They're here in Cornelia. Alright, so now that I have that unlocked, I now have access to this next area. Whoops. Oh. Okay, a little cutscene. I think it's a, okay, yeah, it's a title, or not a title, but like a text scroll. That's the word I was looking for. And so their quest began. As the 4 warriors of light, they felt overwhelmed by the great task destiny had placed before them. They did not even know the true significance of the 4 crystals they held in their hands. The crystals that once, long ago, held a light that shone so brilliantly. The time for their journey had come. The time to cast off the veil of darkness and bring the world once more into light. Alright, so as I was saying, now that I'm in this area, what I'm going to first do is go to the next village, which is somewhere around here. So that way I have a base to go to if I do need to heal up. So that way I can take on some of these stronger enemies. Now, if I remember, there was another like little, yes, okay, so these pirates right here. That's like a little mini boss fight there. All right, so I'm gonna grind up a little bit more here, get to like level 10, but also so that way I can buy some white or light magic, white magic, and then black magic, and then take on the next sort of mini boss at in this area, which is near to where I, oh my god, this guy, just near to where or just northeast of where I crossed the bridge earlier. I think that's where it is though. And I think this is the time where I get the ship to cross to the southern area. Oh, okay, that's right. This isn't a it's not a cave with a boss fight. This has one of those side quests that you have to help this wizard out with something. My eye, my eye. Yeah, I have to go find his eye. Or her eye. I don't know if this is a female character or a male character. I can't see a blasted thing without my crystal eye. Who could have stolen it from me? Alright, so that we have to go figure out how to get it back. Honestly, I can't remember where that would be. I think it's in the lower part of the continent. Alright, now that I'm level 9, I am gonna try to take on the pirates. I'm just gonna go and make sure I'm healed up first, and then go and talk to them. You've got cannonballs of steel to be taken on the great pirate Bike. Keel Harlem boys? What does that even mean? Aye aye, Captain. We'll make their bones go crunch. Okay. And then this should be pretty straightforward, yeah. Alright, let's see. Do we get the eye? I'd be most sorry, young masters. I'll be making no more fuss, I swear. I want you to take me ship for your troubles. Can you find it in your heart to forgive an old pirate? You obtained a ship. Cool. Okay, so Fierce Darkness reduces lightning damage by half. I'll probably go that one. But for now, I kind of just want to pick one more instead of two more to fill up all the spots. I'm just gonna go with this one for now. And then I'm gonna head over to the Black Magic Shop and see what there is. Okay, Blizzard I want. Okay, so blinds all enemies with darkness. I'm assuming it's something that will lower accuracy, maybe? Raises allies' attacks and reduces all enemies' numbers of attacks. I feel like this one would be more useful in a pinch. Like, that's something that I could probably use on my warrior, since right now he has the highest attack stat, I think, of my characters. Well, I guess this would be it. But yeah, like that's something that I would use on my warrior, since he has or he can do more attack damage. So just makes sense. And then let's see what I can buy here. Okay, so I do want to try to get one of these. I would think probably the broadsword of these two, but I'm gonna buy this one for my thief, and then I'll grind up a little bit to get enough money to buy the one of the other items, the one that was the broadsword. Okay, so I guess what I'll do next is, oh wait, let me turn off encounters. Whoops. Okay, never mind. Let me just take care of this. All right, so there are a couple of areas I can go to. I think I first want to go here, so that way I can. There should be a village somewhere. If not, then it's in it's somewhere else. Okay, no, sorry. This has the cave. Okay, so I'm not gonna take care of that just yet. I'll come back to that. Let me actually go in and come out so I can mark the location on the map. Oh wait, that's right. This is like a mine for dwarves, if I'm not mistaken. Lally ho. Hey, you gabbin'. Oh, wait, gabbin'. Hey, you gabbed we are Smith? Smith? What? Is the smithy in the smithy he is? I'm not even gonna. What? If only I could have. Okay, if only I could have some of the legendary metal adamantite, I'd be able to craft such a magical sword. Which I don't think I get access to that area. There is an area down over this way that I can't access yet. I can't. I think it's here or somewhere down here probably. I can't remember. I get access to that area once I do some other side quest. I have to bring something. I think I have to bring some sort of explosive. All right, so we'll come back to this area later. Let me go to the actual place that I should be going to, which is going to be down here. And this is the next sort of village or kingdom, if you want to call it that. So I'm going to go up to the castle because I think there's something there. Oh, yes. The princess slept under Astos's curse for 5 years now. There must be a concoction that can rouse one who sleeps so, but where? All right, this one I remember there being something out in this area. Yeah, so this here, it's in this room. So this king is not actually a king, but I'm gonna fight that guy later. Okay, no, there's a key that I need. Never mind. And then there's something else down over this way. I think it's another cave. Oh, okay, no, it's a hole. This may or may not be where there's a crystal. And a lot of these chests actually have enemies in them, so I'm not gonna do this until I've leveled up a little bit. So let me backtrack to the village, and then I will I'm gonna focus on leveling up a little bit. I'm gonna grind up and probably get to level 11 or 12 before taking on anything crazy, like before I take on that king or the king in disguise and whatever's in that hole that I was just at. All right, so what I'm gonna do is head back over to this village and buy the last bit of white and dark magic that I need, or white and black magic. I just have to decide on which one. So it's between Invis and Silence. I guess I'll go with this one. And then Dark, I'm gonna say, I'll go with Darkness. Here, the broadsword I wanted. So I'm gonna equip that right now. Broadsword, nice. And then we'll go back and grind up a little bit more. Because I'm at level 11. I'll try to get to 12 before I try to take on that one hole, in that remote area. Or I'll probably take on the disguised king, and then I'll take on the cave. All right, let me see. I kind of want to get Thundara, and then let me see what there is for white magic to see if there's something that could be useful. If not, then I'll just get Fyra for black magic. Cura restores HP to one ally. I already kind of have that with lower one. Diara deals damage to all undead enemies. Null Blaze reduces fire damage by half for the entire party. Restores a little HP to the entire party. Oh yeah, heal for sure. All right, so now that I'm level 12, which I got right before buying those things, I'm gonna take myself and go over to this king and see if I can take him down without having to level up much more. Let me just do a quick save here. I was tricked by Astos, king of the dark elves, and now my castle has fallen into ruin. If I could only retrieve the crown from the marsh cave, I would be able to restore my castle. Might you bring me the crown? Oh, that's right. I do have to do the cave first. Now, the thing is that I am gonna have to hope that I don't die in this place. I'm gonna go up this way first and get whatever items or defeat whatever static bosses there are. I'm gonna start down here and then just make my way through the room. I'm just gonna quick save before any chest, just in case, because I know some of them have enemies in them, especially in the other section of this map. Some of them have pretty strong enemies. I don't think there's anything else in this room. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so let me then make my way to the other part of the room, or the other part of this cave, which is where the actual stuff is gonna happen. Okay, I know this one's an enemy. All right, let's protect, and then let's do Thundra or Thundara. Damn, that is a lot of damage. Okay, I think I've got this in the bag. Easy. Easy, easy. Oh, okay, this one had the crown in it. Then I must be thinking of a later area or a later dungeon that has more enemies in chests. But I'm still gonna double check all this stuff and see if there's anything else that might pop up or be useful. Okay, so I guess I'm done with this section for now. I don't have to get anything else. I should probably get 1 or 2 more magic. So let's see which one. I mean, definitely Fyra. Let me go get some white magic first before I decide on a third black magic. Cura. So I have the heal. Reduces fire damage. I mean, that's gonna be for specific bosses, to be honest. And there are a lot of undead enemies, but I feel like I don't know, man. Like, this one could be useful, but I think there's a better version later on. So for now, I'm gonna get this one. And then over here, I believe is a level 4 white magic and then dark magic, or black magic. Poisona, cures poison, drives all enemies away in terror, reduces ice damage, cures silence. And then let's see what the other one is. This one's gonna have Sleepra, puts one enemy to sleep. Haste doubles an ally's number of attacks. Confuse causes enemies to turn on each other. That could be useful. And Blizzara heals ice damage to all enemies. Or sorry, deals ice damage to all enemies. I feel like these two could be useful. Actually, all 3 of these could be useful. But I'm gonna come back and get that later because I don't have enough money for that and also the white magic. So that might be a little while before I come back and get those, once I've progressed a little bit more. All right, so then let's go and take on this quote-unquote king. Mwahaha, you fools fell right into my trap. I am Astos, king of the Dark Elves. Yeah. With the combined power of the crown you now hold and the crystal eye I already possess, which that crystal eye is going to be important. That belongs to that one witch that we came across earlier, that she was missing an eye. We're going to send that to her once we defeat this guy. I will become the true Elf King. It is useless to resist me. I can take what is mine by sheer force. Sure, Jan. Okay, I'm gonna use Protect, and I'm gonna use, I'm gonna do Fyra. Ooh. Oh, this is gonna be tough. Okay, so the problem here is if he does that Thundara, I'm going to lose both Flo and Daewoo, both of my mages. Let's... actually, hold on. Heal everyone. And then magic Thundara again. This is gonna be tough. Okay, so at the very least I should attack. Or use Null Shock maybe? That'll help. Okay. Whew, okay. Yeah, it was definitely... he was definitely weaker to magic than to physical attacks. But that was a pretty difficult one at this stage in terms of my level and everything. You obtain the crystal eye. All right, so I'm gonna go take that to the witch. Oh, what's this? My crystal eye? Give it here. Don't worry, I have something to give you in exchange. Take this potion. It's the most amazing potion in my entire collection. You obtained Jolt Tonic. Ah, I can see again. So Jolt Tonic sounds like something that, let me see, where is it? Jolt Tonic. It's not there. What? Oh, it's a key item, probably, right? It is. A serum to break even the deepest sleep. Ah, yes. Yes. Okay. So now we just take this over to the prince that is in a deep slumber. We wake him up, and then we probably get some other item that'll help on our journey somewhere. Oh, you know, we might get the mystic key from this one. Let's see. I think it's this way. Yeah, I think this one gives us the mystic key. That or the mystic keys, the next item after. This Jolt Tonic may be just what we need to break the curse and awaken the prince. I will try it at once. Your Highness. I was having a terrible nightmare. Am I still dreaming? You're the legendary warriors. Something tells me I'm not dreaming. I shall heed the legend as it was told to me and my forefathers. The time for me to pass on the mystic key to its rightful owners has come at last. All right. So the first thing I think I'm going to do with the mystic key is I'll probably go back to Cornelia and open up the doors that were locked over there. All right, and then now here are the doors that are locked with the key. These should all be some pretty good items. Nitro powder. Oh, you know what? I believe the nitro powder, if I remember correctly, is what the dwarves use as an explosive, which is actually going to help us with map progression or like progressing through the actual. Actually, that's probably a bad place to check. Once I get it out here, then I can show you. So kind of like to the west a little bit from the hand. So between this dot and this dot, that thin piece of land and water that's there in between those two, when I go here to the mountain where the dwarves are, you know, have the mine and whatnot, when I give them that nitro powder, I believe they use that to blow something up, and then it creates a gap in that waterway somewhere. So that way my ship can go that way, and I can go around to the south side and be able to go all the way to the bigger landmass over to the east, where all of those rivers are. Because there's a town over there, and then a few dungeons to go through. So I'm gonna head over that way, and then we'll do what we got to do with the dwarves. But first, let me just make sure. Yeah, so a powder of great explosive power. That's exactly what I need. All right, so this actually, hold on, let me see, because I feel like some of these, I don't think any of these needed a key, right? As far as I'm concerned. That one didn't need a key, and then, so I have to talk to this dude. Nitro powder. The explosive force in this powder will have my canal open in no time flat. I owe you Barons? Barons? I don't know what Barons is. And I'm not gonna try to do the accent. I know that they're trying to that the dwarves have some sort of like Scottish accent. At least was what it seems like here. Because like it would say now we can blast, but it's like no we can blast. Like I'm not gonna talk like that. Oh, that's terrible. No, we can blast. I mean, I'm not great at the Scottish accent. I'm not even gonna try. But it says now we can blast this rock to smithereens. What are you standing around for? The powder is set to blow. Unless you plan on going with it, you best be out while you still can. It's hard to tell what it's saying sometimes without having to read carefully. All right. Yeah, so that little isthmus right there, I guess it's a peninsula because of the thing there. But now it's going to open up, and I can sail my ship right through it. And that's it. I don't think there's anything down here for me to do. I cannot wait till you see what lies out there beyond that canal. If I go down here, there's nothing. Literally nothing. And I think this was not... Was this not open before? I probably skipped it earlier. But there should be some pretty good stuff here. Hopefully enough stuff to, you know, give weapons or defense to my mages. Yeah, nothing for them. Worm killer. Great helm. Actually, I want to see something. The worm killer. Let me remove. I kind of want to see. Oh, so worm killer would actually increase. Let me. Yeah, I'll just go with worm killer. I mean, the thief does need some pretty decent weapons, because even with the warrior, even with his amount of attack power, he can still do some pretty good damage. And then you know, combined with a good weapon, he'll do a lot of damage. But I'm not gonna worry about any of that stuff right now. But so to finish one thing left that's here, where the dwarves are, I do need that metal, the adamantite or whatever the thing was called. So that's gonna be something that I think I'll come to later. I don't think I find it until I go over to this other area. Okay, there is a place to go here. I think this would be one of the next places I'm supposed to go to. Okay, so I'm not gonna get any level 5 because everything is $4,000 or $4,000 gil. I still want to finish level 3 with. Actually, no, I already finished level 3, but not with my black mage. So I'm gonna go back and get one more black magic for him, and then I'll come back to do some of this other stuff. All right, so my choices are hold or Fokara. I mean, paralyzes one enemy. I mean, I can probably do this one in case I whenever I come across like an actual boss fight, that could be useful. So I'll go ahead and get that one. And then just come back later to get the level 4 ones, which I think each one is 2,500 for both black magic and white magic. So I think the plan for this is, so let's see, I need 6 in total. So that's 100 and, so, oh no, sorry, that's 15,000. 15,000 total gil that I would need to buy all 3. To put that into perspective. So that won't be for a while. I've got 3780, so I'm not gonna reach that, or I'm not gonna be able to get that for the moment. So the next sort of major area that I'm supposed to go to is a cave. It's not here in this area, but it's a little bit further south. So you have that triangular shaped place. Actually, well, there's this, but I think this is something else. Giant's Cave. I don't remember. I don't know if this is, I don't think this is a fight. Just in case, let me quick save. You shall not pass. Okay. All right, Gandalf. Okay, so I do have to get something then from that other cave. So, okay, so the place that I'm actually supposed to go to for actual progress is this cave right here. And it's a bit of a labyrinth-ish. Like there's a lot of stuff in here, and I can't remember how many of these are actual items or enemies. Okay, monsters. Just gotta be very careful with some of these because a lot of them are very strong. But yeah, I'll just kind of explore around a little bit and then come back whenever something major happens. All right, I'm gonna go grind up a little bit elsewhere outside of the cave. So I'll come back to this whenever I'm ready. All right, so now that I've hit level 15, I think that should be a good enough start to go through that cave and take on whatever is there. Because I think whatever is in there then helps the giant that I saw in the other area, in the other dungeon. So I'll go through that and see where that would lead me to go next. Okay, so okay, yes. So I have to defeat this bat, which is actually a monster, and then I go into the next room, and I think from there is where I get the gem. So let me see, am I ready? I mean, I think I'm probably good for now. Let me actually use a potion to heal my warrior. And then quick save. And then see what we got. So it's a vampire. All things in this all things, no, that's not the right, no, I'm not gonna do an accent. All things in this world are destined to end in death. The seal cannot be broken, and so the earth shall rot. You cannot alter destiny. Mere mortals cannot kill the undying. Yeah, we'll see about that, bub. So if he's undead, technically speaking, I can use this attack. And then I'll just use fire or something. Or should I paralyze? Maybe paralyze. Whoa. Oh, okay. So it actually it is considered the enemy. He is considered an undead. Nice. Nice. That was kind of easy. And what do I get? You obtain the Star Ruby. So this must be a key item. And which I'm assuming I would have to give to the giant in the cave, in that other cave. But let me first go heal, and then I'll deal with. Actually, first let me go give the ruby, or the ruby to the giant, and then go heal, and then come back to this cave. Let's see what he does. You have Star Ruby? Give me Star Ruby and I'll let you pass. Crunch, munch. Nothing tastier than rubies. Okay. Right into the wall, I guess. So then my thing is, I can't remember now, because now, okay, no, never mind. I thought it was being something else, completely different. So then, what's in this area? Okay, there's another thing here. Sage's Cave. Okay, this is a different area. This is probably some sort of NPC in here. Okay, yeah. So you are the ones who defeated the vampire, eh? He was but a servant. The beast corrupting the earth crystal lurks much deeper within the cave. Here, take this staff with you and use it behind the vampire's chamber. You obtain the Earth Rod. So what does the Earth Rod do then? A rod imbued with the power of earth or nature / nature. I don't remember if that helps with fighting the boss fight there, but I guess we'll find out. So I'll go to the village, heal, and then we'll fight off that thing, whatever the enemy is. Alright, now that I've got everything done that I needed to do, let's see if I'm ready to take on this. Alright, I took on a few other enemies in a room that had chests. I probably won't even show that on camera, but... dude, how many more rooms are there? It's a whole labyrinth, dude. This has to be the last room, right? Yes, it is. Okay, let's make sure I'm healed up to get ready for this fight. I'm just gonna make sure I'm all healed up. Quick save. And do this. Who speaks to me? Yeah, that's the gem there. I am he who feeds on the power of earth. I will not be disturbed by mortal men. I am the Leech, fiend of earth. So if I had a guess, if it is undead, then what I want to do is this one. Probably Fyra. Okay, it does a lot of damage, so that's good. Oh my god. Please be it. Okay. I'm going to use... I'm going to use a high potion. I will also use a high potion on the white mage. And then magic again. Actually, I don't know. Screw it, do it. Okay. I'm gonna do heal. And then Fyra. Man, that does nothing. Ugh. Dude, I don't know. Honestly, I can't use any magic. Well, wait, whoa. Why can't I use magic? Oh, I was confused. Excuse me, I was confused, thinking that I was, that my white mage could use magic. It was, my thief that couldn't. Ah, man, I don't know. I guess I'll use this one. Yeah. I'll try that. Oh. Okay, good. Wow. I did it. Dude, that's it? That's not a lot of experience. I mean, I got 3,000 gil, but man, that was not a lot of experience. I feel like I've gotten more from other fights before. So just interact with it. This is the altar of Earth from which the power of Earth flows forth. Oh, that's it. I don't take it, right? Yeah, I guess it stays. I honestly I thought for a second that I would just take it. All right, we'll just leave. And that's it for that. All right, so then what's next?